impressive it is, and how you bring out a prime rib roast and somebody knows it's a feast, it's time to celebrate, it's time to bring the family together, get our favorite recipes out, if it's mashed potatoes, however we like our favorite greens, sit around the table with a great bottle of wine, and you are just getting the best prime rib ever. This is a today only price. You hear that music and that says this price is here only till the end of the day, and it is also the lowest price you're gonna see all the way through the holiday season. So I want you to think for a moment the holiday celebratory dinners you're having between now and 6 months from now, and buy as many as you need. Over 800 have already been ordered, and this is on 5 monthly payments. The easy pay goes away, the price goes away, all of it goes away at the end of the day. $28 for a 6-pound, no bone in, so that's 6-pound, all delicious, black Angus, seasoned prime rib that actually comes to you in a bag. Now, the reason that I'm showing you this is that last year Rastelli brought us a turkey in a bag, already seasoned, and everybody absolutely loved it. So he thought, you know what is something that people make and it's celebratory, but how could I make that easier? He made us the prime rib roast in a bag. Let me share with you ship dates. The ship dates are now, which is the most limited, November 9th, and then I also have December 7th. And December 7th, we've had 600 ordered in that ship date alone, and that's half our quantity. So thus, we only have 600 for December 7th. If you're watching this right now and you need December 7th, please don't wait. Price goes up at the end of the day. You are going to cook this from thawed, but that's all you're gonna do because Ray Rastelli and his team have done everything they possibly can. And in fact, I'm gonna introduce Ray Rastelli, and I want you to know that the Rastelli brand is now a 2-time Customer Choice Award winner by you as most recommended brand. That's one thing you should know. The other thing you should know is that Ray Rastelli supplies the world's only 7-star restaurant with their meat. So when you're thinking about getting a cut that's juicy, that's flavorful, that will be impressive to your family and friends, and more than anything, just set off your dinner table, this is where you're coming. Ray Rastelli, nice to see you. I'm so glad you've done this because this is what I'm having for dinner tonight. I want you to know that I popped it in the oven and then everything went kerflooey with our shows today. So I was like, I had to come here. Mary Beth ate it already, but the smell right now, I want to just weep, my friend. Hello.
Hi, Rachel. It's so good to be here with you and Mary Beth. And you know, you hit it on the head when you said holidays really get hectic. And I wanted to make sure we did something similar to what we did with our turkey last year that people just loved. And that was to be able to create a beautiful black Angus prime rib roast. And you can see, first of all, it's the largest rib roast we've ever done. It's 6 pounds, 6+ pounds. But we've really gone, I think, a step further to try to make it simple for you, make it easier, and make it goof-proof. We've given it to you in a fully cooking bag that all you do is have to thaw it out and put it in your oven. But look at this roast. I mean, 6 pounds is going to serve an awful lot of people. As you can see, I am still carving, but we pre-season it for you. Rachel, it's black Angus. It's small family farms that I have been working with for basically the last 40+ years, which means I trust them. And of course, when you trust your butcher, you've got to trust where the meat comes from, and I always start with that. So we're really excited about this product. Everyone has seemed to love it who's tasted it, and it's goof-proof. I know prime rib sometimes can be intimidating, but don't let this be intimidating.
No, it's prime rib. It's black Angus that is wet aged for 28 days. You're getting it, as Ray Rastelli said, from those small family farms. You can actually see the quality. This is not a prime rib roast that has a bone in. So Ray, will you talk to us about that? You essentially are giving us 6 pounds of all delicious, ready to just eat and celebrate meat.
We are. And what we've done is once we age this prime rib for you, we basically take it and we trim it completely down. We want to take the tail off. We want to clean the underbelly fat. We want to make it so that when you cook it, all you do is slice it and serve it. And here's how simple it is. Remember, we start with this beautiful black Angus ribeye, and that's where we all start. But then we take it and we put it in the cooking bag that you showed earlier. It's seasoned with our garlic, herb, and of course our butter, because we want to get that flavor that just jump out, and we want it to melt through that roast. When we put it in the cooking bag, all you've got to do, Rachel, is thaw this out overnight in your refrigerator. in your oven at 375 degrees. It's going to take about an hour, hour and a half. And this is what it looks like when it comes out. Right? It's in a bag.
Yeah.
Right now, I always like to use my thermometer, and I will pull this typically at about 125 degrees because it makes it just perfect. But here's what I want to show you. There is no mess. There is no fuss. There's no muss. It's simple. So I'm going to use my hands just for the moment to be able to do this. And I'm going to pull out my beautiful prime rib. So all I've done is I've taken it out of the oven, and look at the juices on this. But I want to show you what really excites me about a prime rib is that look at this tray, and this is what we do with the au jus. We're going to go right into our saucepan with all those beautiful drippings that are coming from our prime rib. It is that simple. Here's your cleanup right here.
I know.
This is it. All we're going to do is take it, throw it out, and we're ready to go.
Ray, I got to give an update because the phone lines are on fire. This is new today. It's a today-only price, which means this price goes up at the end of the day. And let me share with you, up at the end of the day is from $139 to $172. That is our regular price, right? Not $139, but $172. It's 5 easy payments of $28. It ships to you absolutely free. I got to give you updates because we're through half our quantity. Half our quantity is gone that we brought in. So if you want it shipping immediately, 400 remain. That's for your Halloween time frame. November 9th, which is Thanksgiving, 1,000. And then December 7th, going into the holiday, going very quickly, only 150 remain.
Wow.
So here's what I just want to kind of put in your head. We're all in this same scenario together. I know that when I go grocery shopping, Mr. Ray Rastelli, and I'm looking for certain cuts of meat, I can't find them sometimes. And, you know, we want to put things in our freezer that we know that we're going to have for our family. This is 6 pounds serving 10 to 12 people. And Mary Beth has a whole story, Ray Rastelli, so I want to make sure that she gets that story. This price goes up at the end of the day. Put this in your cart and check out, and you will not regret it, will they, Mary Beth?
Never. And I'll tell you why. Because we have a tradition at our house to serve prime rib on Christmas Eve. So I've made 25, 30, I don't even know how many prime ribs. And let me tell you, some of them didn't turn out. And there's nothing worse than when your prime rib doesn't turn out and you spent all that money and everybody's looking at you like, what did you do? So when I heard Ray Rastelli was bringing a prime rib in a bag, and all I really had to do was thaw it, cut a little slit on the top of the bag, put it in the oven, and it was in there. Mine took a little more than an hour and a half, but there it is in my Temptations, which, by the way, we've got 2 hours of Temptations coming up, but I always cook in my Temptations, and that was the bag. And then here we were, literally slicing it open. My husband and I ate that last night. We both ate 2 full pieces, but we weren't the only ones. There was 5 of us total, and we still had a third of it left. And so we're saving that for sandwiches this week. But I'm telling you, and I will tell you this over and over again, it was the easiest prime rib I've ever made. And it was the most tender prime rib I've ever made. And the flavor was amazing. And when Mark said to me, hey, honey, we're supposed to take the au jus and make a gravy. So we did. I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. And I just was like, we were astounded. And Mark said, too, get this one for us for this Christmas Eve. And so that's what I did. But I'm telling you, you got to get it.
I love it. And I love how excited you are about it. And also, I can tell how flavorful it is because I left my home and my house smelled like I am going to be running home with my hair on fire to get to it because I got to give you an update on what's happening. So the December 7th ship date sold out. Congratulations to everybody who has one and who picked it up. We brought in 3,200 of them, shipping immediately. I have fewer than 300. November 9th, I have 700, and that's it. And again, this is the same purveyor of meats to the world's only 7-star restaurant in Dubai. It is a 2-time Customer Choice Award winner for most recommended brand. And it's the first time that Ray Rastelli is bringing to us an Angus, a black Angus, 6-pound prime rib that is in a bag. And it is already seasoned for you. So all you're going to do is turn your oven on, literally all you're going to do, which I did it too. Turn your oven on, put a slit into the plastic bag, the special cooking bag, if you will. Drop it in your oven at 375 and let it cook for 75 to 90 minutes. And then take it out, make big slices for your family, and be ready to hear the compliments and the oohs and the ahs as people are like, this is so flavorful. I cannot believe you did this. If you're somebody who's unsure of how to cook prime rib, and I hadn't ever cooked prime rib before, I was like, I don't really know whether or not Mama's gonna be able to do this. But it was the easiest thing ever. I was like, yep, Rachel is a chef. So this is what it looks like, our first ever. Ray, one sentence on why someone should pick this up from you.
Well, it's Black Angus. It's easy. It's the holidays, and you want the very, very best for your guests. That's what this does. And I promise you, if you follow directions, you will not be dissatisfied.
Thank you
You'll be
so much, Ray.
satisfied.
We are
Thank
last
you.
call. If you want it shipping immediately, I have 150 remaining. If you want it November 9th, I have 400. And that's it. So stay on the line to make sure that you get your prime rib. This makes everything easy. M71066. Mary Beth, you've got popcorn.
Honey, I'm jealous. I think I should come to your house for supper.
You should. You should.
Hey, by the way, we've got something very